Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book That He's Read This Week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is this one. It's called Witness 8 by author Steve Cavanagh. It was published as a hardback here in the UK by Headline on the 1st of August 2024. And it's another outing for former con man, now criminal lawyer Eddie Flynn. In fact, it's the 8th outing for Eddie. Eddie Flynn fans will be pleased there's another Eddie book out. And also pleased that the usual crew are involved in this story. Eddie's lawyer assistant Denise, his mentor, former Judge Harry, and his investigators Lake and Block. So it's another full-on, very fast-moving drama. So what's it all about, I hear you say? Well, the central character in this book is called Ruby Johnson. She works as a nanny and a maid for the residents of West 74th Street in Manhattan. It's a very upscale, very posh neighbourhood. Ruby came from there and she knows the neighbourhood very well. Unfortunately, her father, who was an alcoholic and a gambler, lost all their money, so Ruby no longer lives there. But she knows all the people in the street because she works for most of them, and she knows what's going on. She knows all their secrets, who's having affairs with who's got problems, who's not got problems, etc. So one night, the story kicks off with Ruby doing some babysitting for one of the couples who've gone out to a posh gala. They come back and they say, "Oh, do you want us to take you home?" Ruby says, "No, it's okay, I'll walk home." And walking home, she noticed one of the other houses on West 74th Street, the door slightly open. And she sees one of the residents shot, murdered. And she sees who it is. Now, it turns out that she knows the lady that's been murdered. Her name was Margaret Blackmore, known to everyone as Mags. Mags had had an affair with a couple of the residents in West 74th Street that Ruby knew about. And Ruby considered this possibly gave her a bit of an in. So next day, Ruby makes an anonymous phone call to police about the Margaret Blackmore murder, and blames somebody else, a guy called John Jackson, who Ruby works for as a nanny. He's a well-established surgeon, general good guy, honest as the day is long. And all of a sudden, Mr. Jackson finds himself as a suspect in a murder case. And it turns out that the gun used to kill the victim was found in his closet. And clearly it's a setup. John Jackson goes to his lawyer, Al Parrish. Al doesn't deal typically with criminal cases, but he knows someone who does. And enter Eddie. So Al contacts Eddie and asks Eddie and Denise to take on the case. It's a slightly difficult case. The neighbours in the 74th Street are clubbing together saying, "Well, we don't want a murderer in our midst. Everybody's on edge." And it turns out that John is being fitted up. But why is Ruby given false information? The strapline on the front of the book says, "What if the witness to a murder is more twisted than the killer?" And it turns out that Ruby certainly has issues. So Eddie and his team are tasked with finding out, both proving that John is an innocent man and finding out actually who did it and why lies are being told and why people are being fitted up. As a subplot, Eddie's also upset a criminal organisation, an organisation of New York cops who are bent, basically. And he's upset him so much they put a contract out on him to kill him. So apart from sorting out the John Jackson case, Eddie's got the problem of people wanting to actually murder him. He's managed to do a deal with the local New York guys who he knows very well, but that doesn't stop outsiders from coming in. So we have a whole list of colourful characters, a fedora-winning smooth guy who likes old movies, who's a contract killer, a former US sniper, a guy called Angel, plus usual bunch of roughnecks who just want easy money coming from outside of New York. So it's a really busy story. There's a great mixture of drama in the courtroom where Eddie and Denise are trying to prove Jackson's innocence, plus the drama of these people after Eddie. So really, really good mixture of courtroom drama and a lot of action as well. It's also very well written. You get the theme of I live in rural Wiltshire, but you feel when you're reading the book that you're in New York. You see the pace of the city, you see all the things that are going on. And there's a constant strap line that goes through the book, and it's called, he says, kickbacks and greenbacks. And that features all the way through the book, where lots of things are going on, and it proves it's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know that helps you succeed. So a really good book. I really enjoyed it. It's another great Eddie Flynn story. It's fast moving, it's atmospheric. You're rooting for the characters, you're rooting for Eddie and Denise and their team. And, you know, you want to know why Ruby is doing what she's doing. Why is she fitting up an innocent man? And there's a twist right at the end that explains that. And, you know, I didn't guess it. It's really, really well written. 390 pages. I give it 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed reading it. Looking forward to the next Eddie Flynn mystery. So that's it for this week's brief book review. 10/10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching.